Some creatures are so disturbing that just thinking about them brings the chill of fear upon our bones. The Loch Ness Monster, for instance, is one such creature. And today we have something similar to add to the list. It is a towering, skeletal deer-like thing with glowing antlers made of twisted roots and ice. Its body is part bark and part bone, with hollow eye sockets that bleed shit. Some call it the forest god, but others claim it is a nightmare made flesh, a bone-cursed horror that should never have woken. Let me introduce you to the Hollow Stag. The first encounter with this mysterious beast was recorded in the year 1290 by a chronicler named Walter of the Forest. He wrote that when the stag appeared, it brought with it an unnatural twilight that blotted out the sun and moon. The stag was large enough to uproot whole trees with its antlers, which seemed to reach towards the sky like the roots of some primeval oak. This was only the beginning. Sightings of the stag continued throughout the next few centuries, each tale more disturbing than the last. In the year of 1584, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, a group of woodcutters claimed they had seen the creature drinking from a pool in the forest. But when they approached, the water turned to blood and the stag vanished. Another eyewitness, a woman gathering herbs near the pool, said she saw the stag's eyes, glowing red in the twilight. One moment, they were there. The next, they were gone. In 1634, a member of parliament was riding through the forest when his horse suddenly reared up and began thrashing about, unable to move forward. As the man sat paralyzed in the saddle, he heard a sound like the beating of a drum and felt the ground shake beneath him. When he finally regained his senses, he found himself surrounded by a ring of dead trees, their branches pointing accusingly at the sky. These are just a few of the many stories that have been told about the Hollow Stag. So, what exactly is it? Is it a forest deity, an otherworldly demon, or something else entirely? To answer this question, let's take a closer look at the stag's appearance and behavior. The most striking feature of the stag is, of course, its antlers, which are described as being made of twisted roots and ice. This imagery suggests that the stag is connected to the natural world, specifically to the forest and its creatures. Antlers are a symbol of power and virility in the animal kingdom. They are used for attracting mates, defending territory, and fighting rivals. By giving the stag antlers made of roots and ice, the storytellers are emphasizing its connection to the forest and its ability to control the natural world around it. The stag's body is described as being part bark and part bone, which creates a disturbing contrast between the organic and the skeletal. Bark is associated with trees and wood, while bone is associated with death and decay. This imagery suggests that the stag is both a creature of the forest and a creature of the underworld. The stag's eyes are said to be hollow and to bleed shadow, which is a disturbing image that evokes a sense of dread and foreboding. Eyes are the windows to the soul, and when they are described as being hollow and dark, it suggests that the stag has no mercy or compassion. Instead, it is a creature of pure evil that delights in spreading darkness and despair. The stag is also said to walk silently, which makes it even more terrifying. In the forest, silence is often associated with danger, and the idea of a large, predatory creature moving silently through the trees is enough to make anyone's blood run cold. In addition to its physical appearance, the stag's behavior is also very disturbing. It is said to bring with it an unnatural twilight that blotches out the sun and moon. This suggests that the stag is a creature of chaos and destruction. It is not content to simply exist in the natural world. It wants to change it, to bend it to its will. The stag is also said to be responsible for the death of all living things. Its presence is like a plague that withers and kills everything in its path. This is emphasized by the fact that mist coils at its feet, and that trees bend away from it as if in pain. All of these details combine to create a truly horrifying creature, one that is both monstrous and majestic, evil and beautiful. The stag is a creature of pure evil, a demon that has come to the mortal realm to spread darkness and despair. So where does the stag live? The stag is said to live in an ancient forest that is shrouded in mist and legend. The forest is said to be home to all sorts of strange and mysterious creatures, and it is here that the stag feels most at home. The forest is also where the stag's power is at its greatest. It is here that it can control the natural world around it and bend it to its will. The forest is also where the stag is most likely to attack. Those who wander into its territory are said to be stalked by the stag and its ghostly whispers until they go mad with fear. The stag's antlers are said to be able to gore a human body like a grape, and its hooves are as sharp as knives. When the stag attacks, there is no escape. Its speed and agility are unmatched, and its strength is truly terrifying. It is said that the stag can leap over tall trees and crash through thick undergrowth with ease. And when it runs, the ground trembles beneath its feet. When the stag attacks, it is usually from behind. Its ghostly whispers drive its victims insane, and then it strikes, its antlers piercing the flesh and shattering bones. Once the stag has made its kill, it is said to drag its victim's body into the forest and devour it. But despite all of the horror and destruction that the stag brings with it, there are still those who worship it. The stag is seen as a god by some, a powerful and mysterious being that should be revered and respected. These people are known as the Children of the Hollow. and they live deep in the forest, far from the eyes of the world. They are said to be able to communicate with the stag telepathically, and they often go into the forest and never return. So how can you defend yourself against the hollow stag? If you find yourself in the unfortunate situation of being hunted by the hollow stag, there is no hope of escape. The best chance you have of survival is to appease it. To do this, you must enter the stag's territory and offer it a sacrifice. The stag is said to be most active during the hours of twilight, so it is important to time your arrival carefully. You will need to bring a gift for the stag, something valuable and meaningful to you. The stag is said to be particularly fond of gold and silver, but it will also accept other precious items. You must approach the stag cautiously. It is a wild and unpredictable creature, and you must not provoke it. When you are close enough, kneel down and bow your head. Offer the stag your gift and beg for its mercy. The stag may accept your offer and spare your life, or it may reject it and kill you. If you are lucky enough to survive the encounter, you must flee the forest as fast as you can. The stag is relentless and will not give up the chase. And that was the end of our story about the dreaded hollow stag. What did you think? Isn't this story thrilling? Well, if you want to hear another amazing story, then don't forget to check out our other videos. And before leaving, make sure to hit the like button, share, and subscribe for more amazing mythical creatures stories. We'll catch you in the next one.